I'm gonna walk off the other way to Billy and tell him to behave. Okay, let's see here. Should I wait for them to finish what they're doing right there? No? No? Go. Okay. Bolja Rivkok Dina, welcome everybody to the conferring ceremony for the graduates of the Faculty of Science and Engineering. We are delighted that you could join us today. My name is Professor Ronnie Greenwood, and I'm Associate Vice President for Student Engagement. I'm here to make a few opening remarks before the formal ceremony in which the Deputy President will convene a meeting of the university to confer academic awards and give a formal welcoming address. In addition to those of you who have joined us here in person today, we have a virtual audience who joins us from all corners of the globe and who are an integral part of our celebration. In the unlikely event that we will need to evacuate this hall, please make sure that you know where your nearest exits are. In addition to the visible exits, there are more off the stage. If we must leave, the concert hall staff will guide you to a safe exit. Please follow their instructions. Be sure that you exit completely from the building and not just into the atrium. Unless it's absolutely necessary, please do not leave the hall until the ceremony is over and you're invited to do so. Our key priority is to ensure a smoothly running ceremony with minimal disruptions. But if you absolutely must leave the ceremony, the concert hall staff will help you decide when you may return, depending on what's happening in the ceremony at that time. Please fully cooperate with our colleagues on the concert hall staff because they're here to support all of us. And by the way, we've got a team here of over 100 people who've worked really, really hard over the past few weeks and months to prepare for today's conferring ceremonies. Their dedication and enthusiasm for the ceremonies makes them enjoyable and memorable experiences for all of us, the graduates, you, their families and friends, and for us, the academic and support staff who have walked this journey with them all along. Let's give the ceremony staff and volunteers a round of applause for their hard work and their enthusiasm. Thank you. We have a beautiful and open campus, and so we really have no control over any non-accredited photographers who might come onto campus to take photographs of the graduates. We do have an accredited photographer located in the building across from the concert hall, and we also have a framing service over there. If you have a mobile phone with you, now is the time to make sure that you've got it turned to silent. But don't turn it all the way off because we really want you to take photographs during the ceremony. While you do, please make sure that you stay seated. We'd love it if you'd share your photographs to your social medias with the hashtag #ULGraduation. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the symbolism of the academic staff and graduates' attire and about the mace. Academic gowns date back to the 12th century and to the earliest universities, when the dress of the scholar, both the student and the teacher, was that of the monk. At the Council of Oxford in 1222, the local bishop decreed that all clergy should wear a closed and flowing gown. Oxford and Cambridge adopted this practice and continued it even when clerical attire changed. The hood was originally intended to serve as a cover for the cleric's tonsured head, and later caps were introduced. You'll notice today that some academics wear caps while others do not, depending on the customs of the university where their degree was conferred. When the formal ceremony begins, members of governing authority will lead a procession into the hall. Their distinguished robes are identical, black with gold trim. Members of academic council, vice presidents, associate vice presidents, deans, and directors will follow in robes of many colors and styles, symbolizing the university where they earned their final degrees. And finally, the mace bearer will lead the deputy president into the hall. In medieval times, the mace was a weapon of war, a heavy staff or club that was made from metal, which was originally used to break armor. In 13th century France, the mace acquired a ceremonial function as a symbol of secular power. The parchments will be presented across the university mace to each graduate by the deputy president after their name is called. The processional music, Asan Shanan, was composed by the American composer Michael Merrill. Michael has said that he was inspired by our local landscape of gentle hills and lush greenery, which are represented in his composition by a repeated motif of undulating musical triads and long lines of melody. Echoes of the song Where the River Shannon Flows are sprinkled throughout the piece, and two of the processionals are written in the form of musical limericks. The composition is set in 4 sections to call each of the different groups participating in the academic procession and is the perfect backdrop for our celebration. Please remain seated throughout the whole ceremony until the academic procession, which is led by the mace bearer, has exited the concert hall. I really hope that you enjoyed today's celebration. We warmly invite you into our campus community in a spirit of acknowledgement, achievement, and celebration. I will leave you now. I'll take my place in the procession, which I really hope will commence very shortly. Mila Buyakas Agustan Goler. Thank you.
Councillor Noreen Stokes, members of Governing Authority, members of the Academic Council, parents, partners and families, graduates of the class of 2025, colleagues. A meeting of the University is hereby convened for the purpose of conferring academic awards. Exercising the power granted to University of Limerick by Oireachtas Éireann, I hereby confer degrees of the University on the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Graduates not present are hereby conferred in absentia. It is an honour to stand before you on behalf of the President of University of Limerick, who unfortunately cannot be here with us today. Shane has asked me to convey his sincere congratulations to you all. Conferring is a celebration of achievement. It is always a moment of immense pride for our university community. It acknowledges the hard work and dedication of our staff and students and those who have supported them. For our students, it is a promise of what is to come. 42 years ago, I sat where you are now, well, in the old canteen where Red Raisins is today. I've actually done electronic engineering, so it's great to see all the electronic engineers here. I never imagined that one day I would be up here in my black and gold robes conferring degrees on so many outstanding UL students. I'm genuinely delighted to share this special occasion with you all. Graduates, that's you in the robes who are soon to become graduates, today we stand together to celebrate a significant milestone in your lives, the conferring of your degrees from University of Limerick. Through your education here at UL, you have honed your skills and broadened your knowledge to allow you to question and explore what the world has to offer. I hope you have also forged lifelong friendships and are ready to embark on a new journey that holds endless possibilities for you. You are graduating from a top 500 university. Think of it. There are hundreds of thousands of higher education institutions around the world, 3 in this town alone, and we are in one of the top 500 globally and the top 150 in Europe. Take real pride in this figure and walk tall with your qualification. It will be recognised all around the world. But we are not just an educational institution. We are a vital part of societal fabric, contributing to the economic, cultural and economic vibrancy of the Midwest region. We are the first university established in Ireland since the inception of the state. We do not have a royal charter or a royal prerogative, but we have something far more important, the mandate of people from the Midwest of Ireland. We are founded on the will of the people of the Midwest who marched in the 1960s to overturn a previous historical slight. Our mandate is to develop talent, to help drive innovation and growth. You are the lifeblood of this endeavour. You now join a community of almost 140,000 UL alumni, outstanding people like our Chancellor, Professor Bridget Laffan, and those we honour in our annual Alumni Awards, who have gone on to do wonderful things and add real value wherever they have gone and whatever they have done. It is now up to you to do the same. Take up the baton and act as our ambassadors. I would like to also acknowledge your families and those who have supported you on this journey. To the parents, carers, friends and supporters among you, you have worried about them endlessly, sometimes needlessly. You have created this opportunity for them, often at considerable cost. Today we set them free to be themselves, to fulfil their dreams and potential. It is their day, but it is very much your day too. Graduates, you really should think about this. The people who have supported you are absolutely in your corner. They are committed to you, and you will not encounter that commitment in other everyday experiences. So you should take time to reflect on their service, loyalty and commitment to you. A conferring is a moment in your life where you can express your thankfulness for what they have done. I would urge you not to let this pass. The staff here at the university need to be acknowledged too. You can see them behind me, a wonderful, colourful crew of academics, our various vice presidents, our executive dean. They are all outstanding colleagues and are also completely committed to you. I'm really proud to work for them and with them. They engage in such a noble pursuit, helping you to excel and engaging in knowledge exchange for the good of humanity and society. They are educators and scholars, all outstanding experts in their fields, national and international commentators, innovators and policy influencers. It goes without saying that we as an institution and you as students owe them a debt of gratitude. They enrich our lives. But it is not just the academic staff, it is all our staff, the academic support staff who make sure that all the background things are done, grades, schedules, registrations, co-op, the ground staff who ensure that our campus is as beautiful as it is today, the porters, the brilliant conferring team, the interpreter here beside me, the receptionists, the caterers, all the fantastic staff in Plassey House. Our community in UL want you and your loved ones to experience a great day today because you deserve it, because we are proud of what we do, and because we are very proud of this wonderful institution. I will finish up with 3 wishes for you all graduating today. You now have the proficiency and competency that your qualification speaks to. That's not in doubt. These wishes are at a different level. They are in addition to the more obvious wishes of good health and a little bit of luck that we all need to get through life. My first wish for you is that you will come to know your values, what you are about and what you stand for as you progress through life. These are the things that you believe in, that are important and shape the way you live and work. The more that you know your own values, the better prepared you will be when life throws you curveballs, which it will do. You will also only know the extent to which you hold these values when they are truly tested. I will illustrate this with a very short story. Liz Oyer, a lawyer and former pardon attorney under President Biden, was dismissed after refusing to restore gun rights to a well-known actor convicted of domestic abuse. Her decision was legally sound. His conviction was relevant. His fame and political ties were not. Yet her refusal led her to being fired and a threat to send US Marshals to her home. Oyer had committed no misconduct. She simply upheld the law and her principles. Her courage in resisting political pressure, even at personal cost, is remarkable. She knew her values and she stood by them. I'd be proud to work with somebody like her, someone who is principled, courageous, and willing to speak the truth to power. She embodies the kind of integrity that we value here at UL. Know your values. They may change as you move through life, but it is important to know what you stand for and to remember this when you are tested. My second wish for you is that you will have the courage in your lives to really stretch your talent. We all have an intrinsic value and dignity as individuals, but real personal and professional growth is difficult and often outside our comfort zones. Try to have a growth mindset. Strive to be the best version of yourselves. Dare greatly. Remember the poem, Our Greatest Fear by Marianne Williamson. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So play big and have the courage to let your light and your talent shine as you move through your lives and careers. My final wish for you as you advance your careers and your lives is to stay humble. This links with the last wish. Remember the classic fable of the peacock and the crane. It is a story about appreciating the unique abilities and greatness of those around you. The fable is very simple. It goes like this. A peacock with wonderful plumage encountered a crane whose feathers were simple and white. Do you think, the peacock asked, smouldering in pride, that anything is as beautiful as my feathers? The crane replied, my feathers may not be as colourful as yours, but I have the ability to fly, to soar through the sky, to travel to many distant lands. You are only able to stay on the ground and display your beauty for others to see. The peacock had been so focused on his own appearance that he'd failed to recognise the unique and wonderful abilities of others. His pride in his appearance had blinded him to the value of the crane's talent and brought him to a place of utter foolishness. Don't be a peacock. Understand that true beauty is not just in appearances, but it's about a person's ability, talents, and an open, humble heart that appreciates the unique gifts of others. So my 3 wishes for you are: know your values, Act with courage in pursuing your talent, and remain humble and acutely mindful in the greatness and talent of others. All that is left for me to do now is, on behalf of our President and the entire institution, to congratulate you on your achievements and success to date. Thank you for attending this wonderful and beautiful university. Our hope for you now is that you go on to create good lives for yourselves and for others around you. We wish you every success in your future endeavours. Have a great day. Thank you.
I call on Professor Kenneth Stanton, Executive Dean, Faculty of Science and Engineering, to present the candidates for the conferring of undergraduate and taught postgraduate awards.
Interim Provost and Deputy President, the Academic Council of the University has been satisfied that the following candidates are worthy to be conferred with undergraduate and taught postgraduate awards. Therefore, I present the candidates and request you to confirm the awards on them.
Associate Professor Philip Griffin, Assistant Dean Academic Affairs, will present the candidates in each award category in alphabetical order of surname.
Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical and Biochemical Engineering, Bennett Tim. Boyle Ellen. Cahill Oren. Colleran Robert. Collins Ewan. Dolan Kevin. Edward John Joel. Flynn John. Hearn Hannah. Lean Connor. Lupsh Nuno Alexandri. Ling Ella Marie. Madden Groves Avon. Madden Niall. Mahoney Adam. McMahon Kyle. Monaghan Clodagh. O'Connell Sean. O'Connor Emer Ashling. O'Driscoll Killian. Onyewuchi Shinidum. Reardon Cleana. Storan Catherine. Toomey Harry James. Winston Samuel. Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic and Computer Engineering. Akinbulumu Uluwatobi. Akintunde Udeseyo. Brown Jack Garrowett. Tsai Andy Han Zhong. Costa Barros Andre Patrick. Cronin Michael Arthur. Crotty Patrick Joseph. Dominique Casper Tomasz. Ginty Shane James. Griffin Luke Patrick. Islam Nahid Nabil. Jarvis Adam Cluethin. Keane Jim Patrick. Lee Jack Sheen. Lee O Qingyuan. Madden Emma Jane. Martin James. McGrath James Michael. McInerney Blake Michael. Mumuni Sofat. Murphy Paul David. Musselwhite Veach Elio Fabian Luca. O'Brien Owen Joseph. O'Brien Ethan Patrick. Ryan Samuel David. Svetlichny Dennis. Toll Cullen Daniel Robert. Bachelor of Science in Computer Games Development, Barbatescu Vlad Alex. Beck Jacob. Lyons Mark. Terto da Silva Italo. Bachelor of Science in Computer Systems, Abdullah Ahmed Mustafa. Adediji David Jesutomi. Akude, Divine Favour Chukwuka. Alam, Rohul. Buzracharya, Susant. Bobulkov, Boris. Burke, Ewan. Butler, Alex Patrick. Cahill, Quiva Orla. Capeless, Sean Thomas. Carol, Callum. Carty, Killian. Collins, Adam Thomas. Collins, Kevin Michael. Conway, Ethan Michael. Crow, Cahill Patrick. Danis, Martinez, Marius. Ennis, Sam. Fatoki, Oluwadara, Ayamide. Fitzpatrick, Stephen. Flaherty, Roy Michael. Flanagan, Robert James. Fonton, Noel Elijah Mubiro. Gill, Jason Gerard. Golden, Brendan. Gorman, Eamon. Greenan, Adam Bernard. Hans, Prabuddha. Harrison, Mark Patrick. Healy, Olin Mihal. Hawk, Kevin. Humayun Mohammed. Kovac, Milan Mihail. Lavelle, Stephen. McCarthy, Thomas Patrick. Morahan, Cara. Mrovitz, Camille. O'Doherty Matthew Michael, O'Gorman Fionn Christopher, O'Halloran Keith Gerard, O'Mahony Nicholas, Fair Craig, Quinn Brendan, Quinn Sophie, Reardon Brian John, Ryan Blake Gerard, Ryan Tighe, Shazad Fawad, Shaw Roger John Daly, Stan Gabriel Adrian, Swords Brendan Patrick, Schultz Shimon Bruno, Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity and IT Forensics, Al-Qadi Hussein Abdulaziz, Barchak Kevin Oscar, Bandari Avni, Burns Dylan Anthony, Conlon Owen Michael, Lim Yen K, Lyons Padraig, McNamara Seamus, Mills Mark David, Nwakaihe Ekene Nelson, O'Callaghan Jake Adam, Roach David Patrick, Bachelor of Science in Digital Media Design, Aw Daniel Colede, Bachelor Yulia, Breen Dion Phillip, Fallon Lisa Marie, Perico Sarah, Quinn Eva Marie, Scott Alfred, Shanahan Timothy Patrick. Smith Stephen Alexander. Walsh Shane Knoll. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Birchall Owen Paul. Coffee Orla Rose. Egan O'Brien Alana. Finn Adam. Hilo Goran. Hennessy Siobhan Clare. Keane Claire Nancy. Kemp Christopher Michael. Keogh Luke Patrick. Lawless Alicia. Lawler Barry Diarmid. Libbons Eileen Veronica. Lynch Connor. Lynch Harry Alexander. McCarthy Kevin Patrick. McCormick Megan Pauline. McGovern Oisin Emmanuel. Maguire Elizabeth. McLaughlin Robin Marie. McNamara Lorna Ann. Nivron Fahy Roisin. O'Connell Daniel. O'Connor Duran Mary. O'Donoghue Ella. Bachelor of Science in Immersive Software Engineering, Barrett Fionn Bernard Edward. Gilmartin Carl Martin. Kennedy Daniel Jefferson. Kennelly Rosie Eve. Nuruzi Pardis. O'Mahony Owen. Oros Tamara. Royce Emily. Bachelor of Science in Industrial Biochemistry, Bosang Phoebe Bell. Burns Clodagh Margaret. Butler Emily. Cartwright Matthews Fiona. Chaban Alexandra. Cooney Mia Ashling. Juhadi Capricia. Downs Rigney Megan Leona. Doyle Kira Ann. Drynan Ashling. Feenan Anna Marie. Greaves Lee Adam. Greenwood Finton. Heron Grace. Harmon Roisin Helen. Keane Fergal. Kelly Dara. Kelly Dillon. Kurup Meenakshi Pradeep. Mahoney Orla Louise. McMahon Eva. McMahon Hazel. McPartlin Stephen. McWay Elise. Muller Andrew Werner. Mukadas Fatima. Nolan Maeve Anya. Nunikovan Jaime. Organ Jennifer. Stokes Rodriguez Connell Andrew. Switzer Amy Elaine. Tangney Amy Carmel. Yusenbor David Isosa. Walsh Raymond Michael. Zabaki Zara. Bachelor of Science in Music, Media and Performance Technology. Kabida Sean Michael. Casey Matthew Joseph. Christy Anna. Cleary Ward Hugh. Hannon Killian Patrick. Hennessy Jordan. McCarthy Shida Nessa. Murphy Dara Mark. Nihuilta Danielle. Sandadi Amelia. Sheil Gregory Dennis. Bachelor of Science in Pharmaceutical and Industrial Chemistry. Amundala Gursham. Anderson Aidan Padraig. Burke Charlotte Kathleen. Coleman Sinead Ann. Costello Aoife Marie. Crean Laura. Dike Stanley Kelechukwu. Draper Shane. Graney Keane Gerard. Gunawan Helena Margaret. Hanley Michael. Hassett David James. Higgins Amy. Keane Cuiva. Kenny Emily. Lyons Amy Patricia. McAuliffe Matthew Peter. McHenry Owen. McInerney Hazel Bridget. Mukherjee Kieran. Nay Magda Anna. Niazi Sharula. O'Connell Kate. Padden Lauren. Pernagallo Jamie Giacomo. Roach Aoife Clare. Shelley Dara Peter. Slattery Connor James. Usenbor Daniel O'Shahon. Postgraduate Diploma in Computer Vision and Artificial Intelligence, Coffey Terence. Higher Diploma in Environmental Science, Kolalawal, Victor Oluwatemiliin. Morales, Rocas Raquel. Professional Diploma in Artificial Intelligence for Computer Vision, Curtin Michael Anthony. Jangam Sushil. Kelly Owen. Pollo Gaudenzio. Shimshek Gokhan. Spontan Falero, Carlos Marcelo. Professional Diploma in OT Security Operations Specialist, Birmingham, Kevin. Calvi Declan. Dardis Paul. Ford Gerard. Gaffney Cahill. Kelly Lauren. Kenrick Ross. O'Donovan Garrett. Master of Engineering in Computer Engineering, Bogdanovich Luke. Master of Science in Digital Health Transformation, Byrne Amy. Caldecott Reginald Wade. Castañeda Cliff John. Chico Jerick. Karoon Deirdre. Delaney Sinead. Fox Helen. Higgins Claire Elaine. Hurley Trassa. Ibiawuchi Chigozirim Chinwendu. Kelly Connor. Lamb Deirdre. Marcy Erica Julia. McGahan Lenore. Mukwesha Niaza Euphrasia. Mundianikil Bobin Joy. Murray Brian. Redden Jason. Sangupillai Prabhakaran. Sheridan Katrina. Stack Clodagh. Sonny Ashlyn. White Catherine. Gone. Okay. Master of Science in Software Development International Systems, Chen Yueshi. Lee Rolin. Lee Xiaoshun. Li Yiming. O'Brien Stephen. Saeed Khadija. Thakur Kartika. Wong Elin.
Dr. Ronan Courtney, Department of Biological Sciences, will present the candidates for the award of Research Masters and Doctoral degrees.
Interim Provost and Deputy President, the Academic Council of the University has been satisfied that the following candidates are worthy to be awarded Research Masters and Doctoral degrees. Therefore, I present the candidates and request you confer the awards on them.
The Research Master candidate has successfully undertaken a programme of study involving the submission of a thesis and its examination by internal and external examiners. The candidate will be presented with their parchment by the Interim Provost and Deputy President. Master of Science, O'Brien Ashling. The doctoral candidates have successfully undertaken a programme of study and research involving the submission of a thesis and its examination by internal and external examiners. The candidates will be presented with their caps by their internal supervisor. The candidates will then be presented with their parchment by the Interim Provost and Deputy President. Fatima Ameri. Fatima has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Professor Patrick Healy. The title of Fatima's thesis is Robustness and Out-of-Distribution Generalization in Deep Vision Models. Fatima will now be presented with her cap by her supervisor, Professor Patrick Healy. Ben Bartlett. Ben has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Associate Professor Ger Dooley, Dr. Mateo Santos, and Assistant Professor Petar Trislik. The title of Ben's thesis is Advancing Ecological Survey Through Automation, Artificial Intelligence and Unmanned Aerial Systems. Ben will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Associate Professor Ger Dooley. Marta Berguillas Ruiz. Marta has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Sarah Hudson, Dr. Peter Davern, and Professor Ake Rasmussen. The title of Marta's thesis is Exploring a Novel Solid Oral Dosage Form Technology for Solubility Enhancement and Fast Dissolution Rates of Poorly Water-Soluble Active Pharmaceutical Ingredients. Marta will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Dr. Peter Davern. Colm Brandon. Colm has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Professor Tiziana Margarita. The title of Colm's thesis is No-Code Platform for AI-Driven Health Analysis. Colm will now be presented with his cap by his supervisor, Professor Tiziana Margarita. Victoria Brighton. Victoria has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Associate Professor Luis Pedrella and Professor Tufik Suleiman. The title of Victoria's thesis is structural modification of proteins to improve their spray drying and solid state stability. Victoria will now be presented with her cap by her Joint Supervisor, Associate Professor Luis Pedrella. Mariana Oliveira Diniz. Mariana has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Sarah Hudson, Professor Ake Rasmussen, and Dr. Michael Svard. The title of Mariana's thesis is Crystal Nucleation of Grisofulvin as a Model of Medium-Sized, Flexible, and Polymorphic Active Pharmaceutical Ingredient. Mariana will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Professor Sarah Hudson. Luke Fitzgerald. Luke has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Daniel Toll and Dr. Felipe Santos. The title of Luke's thesis is Dynamic Underwater Target Inspection, a real-time motion correction approach for 3D scanning. Luke will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Professor Daniel Toll. Eddie Flores Naranjo. Eddie has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Professor Sarah Hudson. The title of Eddie's thesis is Combinatorial Formulation Strategies for the Design of Advanced Antimicrobial Therapeutics. Eddie will now be presented with his cap by his supervisor, Professor Sarah Hudson. Laura Foley. Laura has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Associate Professor Emmett O'Reilly. The title of Laura's thesis is Method Development for Effectively Spray Drying Small and Large Molecules, Integrating Formulation Strategies and Process Optimization. Laura will now be presented with her cap by her supervisor, Associate Professor Emmett O'Reilly. Rebecca Ford. Rebecca has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Kevin M. Ryan, Associate Professor Hugh Gainey, and Dr. David McNulty. The title of Rebecca's thesis is Synthesis and Electrochemical Characterization of Novel Electrode Materials for Metal Sulfur Batteries. Rebecca will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Dr. David McNulty. Mohammed Irfan. Mohammed has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Associate Professor Gerard Dooley and Assistant Professor Petar Trislik. The title of Mohammed's thesis is Multi-Sensor Fusion and SLAM Design for UAV Navigation in GPS-Denied Environments. Mohammed will now be presented with his cap by his Joint Supervisor, Associate Professor Gerard Dooley. May Lee. May has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Kevin M. Ryan and Dr. David McNulty. The title of May's thesis is The Synthesis and Development of Nanostructured Silicon-Based Anode Materials for Lithium-Ion Batteries. May will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Dr. David McNulty. Raju Lipin. Raju has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Associate Professor Matthias van Dieschel. The title of Raju's thesis is Computational Insights into Heterogeneous Catalytic Surfaces. Raju will now be presented with his cap by his supervisor, Associate Professor Matthias van Dieschel. Renu Mohandas. Renu has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Martin Hayes and Dr. Mark Sutherland. The title of Renu's thesis is Computer Vision Deep Learning Methodology for Defect Detection on Resource-Constrained Devices. Renu will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Professor Martin Hayes. Delina Navarathna. Delina has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Associate Professor Cristiano Storni and Professor David Domingo. The title of Delina's thesis is The Mode of Journalistic Truth, an ethnographic inquiry into newsmaking through Latour's modes of existence. Delina will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Associate Professor Cristiano Storni. Niraj Patil. Niraj has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Associate Professor Shalini Singh and Professor Kevin M. Ryan. The title of Niraj's thesis is Mechanistic Elucidation and Tailored Synthesis of Nanoscale Colloidal Functional Materials for Energy Conversion Technologies. Niraj will be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Associate Professor Shalini Singh. Hedia Sigarudi. Hedia has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Daniel Toll, Professor Tiziana Margarita, and Dr. Felipe Santos. The title of Hedia's thesis is A New Methodology for Robotic Manipulators Control Based on Imitation. Hedia will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Professor Daniel Toll. Samuel Shabango. Samuel has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Professor Michael Zaborotko. The title of Samuel's thesis is Crystal Engineering of Coordination Networks for the Development of Regeneration-Optimized Water Vapor Sorbents. Samuel will now be presented with his cap by Professor Soumya Mukherjee. Amandeep Singh. Amandeep has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Professor Tiziana Margarita. The title of Amandeep's thesis is Advancing Domain-Specific AI-ML Integrations, the Role of Low-Code Platforms for Responsible AI. Amandeep will now be presented with his cap by his supervisor, Professor Tiziana Margarita. Stefan Tachner. Stefan has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Tom New and Dr. Sven Plaga. The title of Stefan's thesis is Towards a More Sustainable and Secure Software Tooling in Free, Libre, Open Source Software Environments. Stefan will now be presented with his cap by his joint supervisor, Dr. Sven Plaga. Gauri Vaidya. Gauri has successfully submitted a thesis under the joint supervision of Professor Conor Ryan and Dr. Magana Krishasagar. The title of Gauri's thesis is Efficient Hyperparameter Optimization for Streamlining Model Training in Machine and Deep Learning. Gauri will now be presented with her cap by her joint supervisor, Professor Conor Ryan. Camila Vieira Herrera. Camilla has successfully submitted a thesis under the supervision of Professor Sarah Hudson. The title of Camilla's thesis is Advanced Liposomal Formulations for Novel Antimicrobial Peptide Therapeutics. Camilla will now be presented with her cap by her supervisor, Professor Sarah Hudson. I now call upon the Interim Provost and Deputy President to present the Special Distinction Awards. Gold Medal. First place for highest QCA overall for the graduating class of 2025 goes to Hazel Bridget McInerney, Bachelor of Science, Pharmaceutical and Industrial Chemistry. Cooperative Education Award. The Cooperative Education Award 2025 goes to Roisin Nivrin Fahy, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, who completed her co-op with the Environmental Protection Agency. I now call on Professor Kenneth Stanton, Executive Dean, Faculty in Science and Engineering, to address graduates from the class of 2025.
Deputy President, members of Governing Authority, members of Academic Council, colleagues, proud parents, friends, family members, and most importantly, our wonderful graduates of the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Like many professions, university life is governed by annual cycles. Just this past weekend, we had the CAO admissions procedure with offers coming out, well, just a couple of hours ago, to thousands of new hopeful students. In just a couple of weeks, we will welcome these students to UL and get to work. Of course, we will have exams several times a year, lots of deadlines between, a few social gatherings and events along the way, some difficult days or nights, some easy wins, and then it all culminates in graduation ceremonies like this one. Today is a day of immense pride and joy as we gather to celebrate your years of hard work, perseverance, and dedication to your academic disciplines. I'm personally truly honored to extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you on your well-deserved graduation. 30 years ago, in 1995, I had the privilege of accepting my bachelor's degree in this very same hall, and I can vividly remember the sense of nervous energy, the group camaraderie with my classmates, but most especially the sense of personal pride that I had finally done it. I'm sure that you will all feel the same or something very much like it, because today you have finally done it. You've sat all the exams, done all the lab sessions, completed your group assignments, submitted your essays, given the presentations, and now you have achieved your degree award. This graduating class reflects a rich diversity of journeys, from those who came straight from school in Ireland or elsewhere, those returning to education, those upskilling in their fields, and those reaching the academic summit by accepting a PhD. Your presence here today is a testament to your resilience, adaptability, and commitment to growth. Of course, few of us achieve anything without support, and we must not forget those who helped us along the road to discovery and achievement, our family, our friends, and those who love us. And if you don't mind, I would now like to invite our graduating class to join me in a round of applause for all of the supporters and family who are here today. As pointed out by our Deputy President earlier on, UL is now ranked in the top 3% of universities worldwide. From this remarkable foundation, your possibilities are limitless. The road ahead may not always be smooth, but your UL degree, combined with your proven resilience and sense of purpose, will open doors and create opportunities. The skills you've gained, the lessons you've learned, and the friendships you've formed will be the bedrock of your future. As you move forward, I encourage you to pause from time to time and ask yourself, Is this really what I'm here for? Is this what I was meant to do? Is this my purpose? Find your groove, but don't get stuck in a rut. A lot has changed since you started your educational journey with us. The world you're graduating into is one of rapid transformation that, for example, is marked by global conflict, the escalating climate crisis, and the mass adoption of generative AI, to name but a few. These shifts bring uncertainty, but also immense opportunity. As the Nobel Prize-winning chemist Ilya Prigogine once said, "The future is uncertain, but this uncertainty is at the heart of human creativity." Let that uncertainty be a catalyst for your creativity and imagination. Use your education not only to build your own future, but to bring about positive change in your communities and beyond. So, as I've said before, it's 30 years since I graduated with my first degree, and hopefully I've learned a few things since then. One of them is that it's a bad idea to be the person getting in the way of 1,000 people who want to get on with their day and celebrate all the wonderful achievements. So before I outstay my welcome, or before my brightly coloured colleagues here start handing out more group assignments, I'll conclude by saying that on this great day, the University of Limerick is very proud of you, and we wish you all the very best for the great days yet to come. Go raibh míle maith agaibh go léir.
This ceremony is now concluded. Please remain in your seats until the platform party leaves the auditorium. Ushers will then direct graduates in groups to the exits, and guests will be ushered out after the graduates leave the auditorium. Thank you.